Hello, hola, buen día. Dejen checar que bien. Me dijo por un momentito que no estaba jalando bien. Bienvenidos, yo soy Tania Dantus, su facilitadora aquí en el grupo Pop-Up de el calendario Maya. Welcome, my name, in case you don't know, is Tania Dantus. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Mayan Pop-Up group, the Mayan calendar Pop-Up group. So I am basically going to be doing a little welcome and a Mayan weather report. Hoy voy a estar haciendo una bienvenida y el primer Mayan weather report de esta semana. ¿Qué es esto? What is this? So the Mayan weather report is basically like it's a poetic, kind of like if you hear an astrological report and you hear my interpretation of what the energies to come are. It's a little bit poetic or metaphoric, and it includes a little bit of story. And then in the week, I'm going to do little videos that are much more the sort of the math side. You know, the Mayan calendar, one of the lovely things, it's like the marriage of poetry and math. And so for those of you who love poetry, the Mayan weather report is going to speak your language. And for those of you who love math, the little videos that are more concretely dealing with what is time, what is a wave spell, what is the Gregorian calendar, those are going to be very grounding and speak your language. The beauty, though, is that as you all already know on this path of self-knowledge and growth, we're always wanting to learn from the other one. So if you're a math person, listening to the poetic version is going to support you in expanding your energy, ¿ok? Espero que captaron eso. Por favor, los que hablan español, váyanme avisando cómo van con el inglés. Haré lo posible por hacer versiones en inglés y en español, pero obviamente, pues si ustedes entienden el inglés y todo, vamos viendo, ¿ok? Por favor, avísenme, ¿ok? Con toda confianza. Mi intención es servir y a la vez estar como que fluyendo, así que comuníquense, por favor. Empezando con el fin del calendario, de la onda encantada que acabamos de terminar ayer, starting with the wave spell that we just finished yesterday. What I was saying is that the Spanish speakers should communicate that they can understand the English. I'm going to do my best to accommodate everyone and also allow for greater ease and flow. So I'll translate what I can, but I also don't want to do double versions of everything. So I'm starting off with the end of what was the human wave spell yesterday, which ended with cosmic seed yesterday. So pasó algo ayer que sentí que era tan, o sea, esto es lo que me encanta del calendario maya, que, o sea, la onda encantada del humano trata de nuestro libre albedrío, nuestra influencia como seres humanos y nuestro potencial de escuchar la sabiduría que ha sido pasada por nuestros ancestros, o sea, como el mismo calendario maya, y influir con esa sabiduría y esa toma de decisiones en esa sabiduría. Y es perfecto que termina con semilla cósmica porque es trascender por nuestra semilla, literalmente nuestros hijos, nuestras así enseñanzas, las cosas que dejamos como un legado. Y aislarnos, o sea, y además la semilla en un mundo de Monsanto es como que nosotros trascendemos por medio de ese cambio que hay, ese legado de dejar la sabiduría, de comer lo orgánico, de hablar de la sabiduría de los ancestros, de conectarnos con algo, con nuestras raíces verdaderas, con la semilla orgánica, lo verdadero. And so basically what I'm talking about is that yesterday was the end of the human wave spell. It was 13 days of the human, and it ended with a cosmic seed of transcendence. The perfect day to end a 13-day cycle about free will and making choices with that free will and using wisdom that's been passed down from the ancestors to really make the best choices, right? We're making the best choices when we use that free will to choose to be and live and embody that wisdom. And I found that it was really like perfect that the seed, you know, in this Monsanto world, it's like such a great metaphor for that, you know, choosing the organic, in all senses, and how our seed, our literal offspring or, children, or whatever we are leaving, our legacy on this earth, our teachings, our books, our writings, all of that stuff is how we transcend as humans. So it's like the wave spell is perfect. And I'm sharing it so you kind of get the hang of how it goes, right? And so isolation is also part of that old paradigm of, it's in the wisdom traditions, we know it takes a village. So breaking out of that isolation, coming into community, like we have this pop-up group, we're talking about these things, we're coming in community because it's how you practice yoga. It's how you go to a class to have, a community to practice with a shala. And I know that I personally am healing from, a family system that is in many ways dysfunctional and unhealthy, a culture that has had many wounds that it's not brought into light and healed. And I know that we all are. And honestly, I'm not alone. And it takes courage and choice and free will and the wisdom of the elders, all of that's the human wave spell, to really step into transcending through the seed. So like to leave behind our words of wisdom that we're channeling, that we're getting passed down. Indigenous just means native to the earth. So we are native to the earth. Like I don't know anyone, I haven't met a human yet that doesn't come from the planet Earth. So when people use indigenous to kind of other the other, it kind of pisses me off because it's like we're all really indigenous, right? And it's about recognizing and acknowledging that. And of course, like there's people who have grown up with honoring that tradition and fridge, we've got to learn from that. But, we need guidance and there has been so much wisdom that's been passed down. We've rebelled against a lot of the stuff that's been passed down, but it's also about recognizing what is good, what's really great. Let's not reject that. One of the gems of the Mayan calendar is this in la kesh. I am you, you are me. I am another you. And so, let's come together and do this. And I have faith that this path of the wisdom and the calendar and other medicines are really supporting our evolution toward, greater good for all beings and for all life. I will talk about the Serpent Wavespell now, starting today. I'm going to do a little Spanish. Así que... sí, o sea, creo que eso ya no lo voy a traducir. Preguntas, coméntenme abajo, ¿ok? Hoy empezando con la serpiente magnética. Muchas felicidades. Tenemos a una participante que es su cumpleaños hoy, así que muchas felicidades. Esta energía va a ser la energía de todo tu año, ¿ok? We have one participant whose birthday is today, starting on the magnetic serpent, so many... blessings to you. Happy birthday. This will be the energy for you for the whole year. So we're starting on a new wave spell today, a new 13-day cycle. Imagine that every 13-day cycle, it's like a sun salutation. If you've ever done a sun salutation, you might know that there's also like a moon salutation. And it's kind of like you're giving honor or praise or attention to that particular energy. You're not saying this is your God and your only God and there's nothing else. It's just each 13-day cycle, we choose to pay attention to one energy, one archetype. And this particular one out of the 20 that there are is the serpent. Cada onda encantada o cada trecena le ponemos particular atención a una energía, a un arquetipo. Y esta en particular es la de la serpiente. No, es como hacer yoga y hacer un saludo al sol. Estamos saludando a la serpiente o al sol. No es que es nuestro único Dios y es la única energía que existe y es lo único. Bueno, no. Hay 20 arquetipos. Le prestamos energía y atención a cada uno de los 20 arquetipos, uno por uno, así como que reconociendo un todo completo, ¿ok? Y así que hoy empezamos con la de la serpiente y rige los 13 días. It rules, the serpent will rule the next 13 days then. So what is the serpent about? So it's the most important energy of these next 13 days. And it's the opposite of the eagle. I had already mentioned that. So the eagle and the snake, right? That's a big symbol in Mesoamerican symbolism, the eagle and the snake being on the earth. It literally like is on the earth. It rides on the earth. And it symbolizes that complete connection with the earth, and like it's all about like basic needs like shelter, sleep, food, sex, transportation, clothing, like really basic needs and drives and instinct. The instinct, you know, snakes, instinct to protect ourselves, our instinct to mate, our instinct to eat, our instinct to like, you know, move, or and shedding skin. Like it also, you know, it like sheds skin and it is in a way like just leaves it behind. It's cold-blooded. It's kind of like cold in that sense. It's not like the heart energy. Like that's a different archetype. It's you know, a lot about the instinct, the drive, sex, sexual instinct, that kundalini energy that just like very transcendent in that sense, like very life force, instinct, survival, passion, fire are words that come. And like the opposite is the eagle. And I think we learn a lot from looking at opposites because we're like, we know what it's not, right? The eagle is a lot about seeing things from up high and like third eye and like seeing from above and seeing the best path like from up high, like eagle eye, you know, and doing things from that kind of perspective. And the snake is like, you know, it's a lot more, you know, obviously grounded and like just, you know, gonna get stuff done. Yeah, so our 13 days are ruled by that. And I think it's important to look at like both the shadow and the light of the snake. I mean, without the snake, we couldn't really survive on this planet, right? Because it is very much our physical body. So like taking care of our physical selves, exercise, feeding ourselves, right? So in the light, the snake is healthy sexuality. It's healthy eating. It's healthy working out. It's healthy stating of boundaries and stating our needs. And in the shadow, it's kind of like a narcissism and very narrow point of view without like seeing the bigger picture. In the shadow, it can be very, just like only care about itself, be cold, very instinctual and not like kind of like reptilian brain, like reacting instead of like meditating before reacting. So it could be reactive, it could be like overeating or undereating to look good, or manipulating with our bodies certain things, you know, like that kind of energy. You know, snake, it has a lot of connotations. Use those connotations. This report is not for you to just take what I'm saying and like stick to it, but to allow like as if I'm being the guru here, but it's to help provoke, inspire in you your own connotations of what the energy is. Like they're archetypes. So like just like the tarot, there's not like one right answer. There are things that I associate with the snake that maybe you don't associate, and that doesn't make your associations wrong. Does that make sense? So we're going to go through each of the days of the 13-day cycle, and it's going to be clarifying what the cycle is about. But I'm not going to do a typical reading like I do for people when I do a Mayan calendar reading, where I'm going to just read to you the whole 13-day cycle today. I'm going to be reading day by day. So today you get that little tidbit, and we're going to expand on that and come back to themes of that throughout the days. So that's it. I like to keep it short. And it's not even telling me how long I'm doing it, so it's hard to know. But so that is it. Welcome. This, again, is like the more poetic version. You may need to watch it again as you start to learn the lingo of what is a wave spell, what is an archetype, what is a glyph, what is a tone, and you might need to watch it again and hear this again, and like kind of it'll go in deeper, and that's okay. You can just save it and watch it later if you need to. You can go ahead and ask questions. Some of them I might answer right away, and some of them I might save because I'm going to have specific days where I'm going to talk about specific subjects. And it's totally okay if you're hearing this and you're like, what the heck is she talking about? You might not get everything. It might sound weird at first, but if it resonates with something inside of you, just keep showing back up. Just like the first time you ever went to a yoga class, you might have felt uncomfortable, weird, what is this? Keep showing up, and things, I promise, will start to like fall into place. Okay? So let me know what resonates with you today about the snake energy. Your homework, notice the snake energy in your life. Like, take that archetype and see it present. For me, I just decided to prepare my food as I have to go out right after this to get my hair done. So snake energy, right? Like, I prepared my food. I decided to make preparing my food first because usually I would do the live and then be rushing and not make my food first. Today I made my food, and then I'm gonna go get my hair done. All like very snake energy, like survival. Also, sleep is a theme in my life. I like to stay up late at night, but then I know that it's not good for me to not get enough sleep. So sleep is a snake theme. All of these things, like this is our 13 days, our chance to dedicate ourselves to the energy of that, the body, and putting it into balance in that healthy light way, as I was saying, instead of in the shadow, in the light. And I think it's actually a good theme because sometimes we really put the snake in the shadow, like it's an animal that a lot of people are afraid of. And it's for good reason, because we're afraid of our instincts, right? We've learned as children to negate or suppress our instincts, our desires, our passions. Sexuality is taboo, stigmatized. And so how better than to have a community where we're actually focusing on the snake in this healthy way in which we're giving it its space. And that's another thing I love about the Mayan calendar. Like, each archetype gets its space. None is more important or better than the other. They're all equal, and they're all necessary for wholeness. They all need a place and to be recognized and be given a voice. So, nuevamente, muchas felicidades, María Antonieta. Happy birthday, María Antonieta. Everyone say happy birthday to her. And this is your year of really focusing on that snake energy, healthy body, healthy sexuality, boundaries, stating your needs, desires, all of that. Any questions, please drop them below. Let me know. If you're embarrassed, send me a message, but maybe look at your fear of why you're embarrassed. Love to you all. Wishing you a conscious, self-aware, self-realized day. Bye-bye.